We have Twitter controversy. Okay, so now some of the Republican hopefuls for the presidency have had some controversies, including Scott Walker, his veteran Republican strategist who he hired to be his social media point person is Liz Mayer. And apparently she sent out a tweet that was shocking and unacceptable. What did she write out? She said, in other news, I see Iowa is once again embarrassing itself and the GOP this morning. Thanks, guys. The sooner we remove Iowa's front-running status, the better off American politics and policy will be. Now, she didn't say this recently. She said this back when they were doing the Iowa Freedom Summit. Now, that was some of the most extreme right-wingers, including Steve King, and they were saying outrageous things and, in her opinion, costing Republicans Latino votes that they desperately need, and plus pushing the wrong agenda. She's one of the few remaining kind of somewhat moderate Republicans, right? So we can't have that. So how dare she criticize the most right-wing people in the Republican Party, and then to question Iowa being the first caucus. So Breitbart and other conservatives went on a warpath against her. You got to get rid of her. She said something against the beloved Iowa caucus. And for this, gone. Stepped aside, resigned, she's done for. That was the least offensive tweet I have ever seen in my life. All right, now we go to a deeply conservative guy on the other end of the spectrum, and he's working for Ben Carson. His name is Jim Dornan, and he's the National Field Director for his official exploratory committee for Dr. Ben Carson. Okay, so he's an important aide to him, and he used to work at the governmental affairs staff at the American Society of Pension Professionals and Actuaries. Doesn't sound much like an actuary because he's pretty vituperative. He says in one of his earlier tweets, when he was Artful Dodger 59, looking forward to McConnell shoving his fist up Obama's ass. Okay, all right, well, I'm not sure I would have gone in that direction, but there it is. Then he says, I'm beginning to think this president is a complete sociopath. And then he says about President Obama, this one's a doozy, bend over, bitch, Castro's driving. Okay. Well, those seem like he's pretty angry and certainly against the president. I'm not surprised by that. And then he has more choice words for others. He says that MSNBC's Chris Matthews is, quote, a freaking moron. Okay. And that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the DNC chair, is a pathetic excuse for a human being. But uh-oh, a little bit of trouble here. Who did he call idiots? No, not Democrats. He called Senator Ted Cruz and Sarah Palin idiots. Uh-oh, that'll get you in some trouble. Now, unlike the moderate Republican, of course he has not stepped aside, right? He continues. He deleted the accounts. He went nuclear on all social media. I'm so sorry. I don't know what a tweet is. I'm sure I didn't mean it. La, la, la. Actually, I'm giving him too much credit. All he did was delete his accounts. He didn't profusely apologize. Now, he's still in there. So what is my judgment on this? Are you ready? I pardon both of them. Now, look, the moderate Republican, she doesn't like the caucuses. Who cares? Who cares? Then you're going to get rid of every moderate, so-called moderate Republican who I can guarantee you has incredible right-wing opinions on many, many issues, but not apparently on every single issue. You're going to get rid of all of them. All you're going to have is the most extreme right-wingers. But even on the extreme right-winger who said horrible things about President Obama, etc., he's on Ben Carson's team. Of course he doesn't like President Obama. And he said it in a way that was a little over the top, but who cares? I got news for you. Everybody on Ben Carson's team, everybody on all the Republican teams, hate Obama. And behind the scenes, even if they don't tweet it publicly, they say terrible things about President Obama. That shouldn't be news to anyone. Don't fire everybody. I'm so tired of this, man. Both the Democrats and the Republicans eventually are going to have to fire everybody on their staff because they tweeted something wrong. I get it. The right-wingers hate Obama. I knew that before the tweets. I pardon them. Doesn't mean they're right, but it does mean that they're running a campaign to unseat Obama. I got it. Let him go. Let's move on, and let's have a real debate about the issues.